it's that time again to say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Thursday, the 22nd day of January. 2026 is the year. It is indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way. Let's go see what my friend sent me this morning. Evangelist, right, he says this morning, all right, Heavenly Father, as I awaken to the gift of this new Thursday morning, I find strength in the words of Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Lord, I thank you for this day and for your promise to be with me always. Grant me the strength and courage to face the challenges ahead, knowing that you are my constant companion. Guide my steps and lead me on a path of righteousness. Let this day be a testament to your love, grace, and mercy. May I share your light with others and make a positive impact in the world. In your precious name, I pray. Amen. Can I get an amen to this as well? All right, lovely. And Thankful Thursday. Reverend, start naming the days, Thankful Thursday. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. And that's from 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Good morning, Tone. How you doing this morning? All right, nice. Good to be with you this morning. Reminding us all that it is indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way. I want to say good morning to Judy Plenty out there in Frequente. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. You're celebrating your birthday. Your mom wants you to have a great day. I know Zamora and the entire household, the entire family, they're going to chip in and make sure that you enjoy it as if it's the last day of your life. So happy birthday, Judy. And the bottle of champagne is forthcoming, all right? Lovely. Mildred, good morning. Mary E. Banks, Yulin Alexander, Wendy Williams, Veronica Sandy, Mildred, Sylvina, Yoland is with us. All right, good morning, Jennifer Colimo and Petlin. Hope you all are doing fine. Early now there in the U.S., good morning to the MacMeos. Those are here, those in the U.S., good morning to you. Those are a few out there, the MacMeos out there in Pomeroy. Yeah, good morning. Hope you're having a great day, man. Yeah, good morning to the management, the entire management and staff of the GBN. Well, you folks, you know the Oil Down Fest comes up. Yeah, next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, and I can tell you, it's going to be epic. Yeah, Eugenia and the team is putting all the energies, all the efforts in there. All that has to happen now is you got to bring yourself there and enjoy and assist in the adjudication process. I want to say morning and thank you to our sponsors, Glenelg Spring Water, Grenville Credit Union, the Marketing and National Importing Board, Eco Motors Limited, Rush Distributors, Grenada Cooperative Bank, Grenada Paper Products, Superb Distributors, Grenada Motor Club, and of course, Hubbard's. Thanking you so much for being with us. Did you know that? If Jah is by my side, yeah, nah, we safe. With him in the vessels, we can smile at the storm. The word of the day today, that word happens to be adapt. Adapt. A-D-A-P-T. Adapt. And it means to adjust, to change. Yeah. Adapt. To adjust, to change. A-D-A-P-T. Farmers adapt to climatic conditions. Or climatic conditions. Well, There's one heavy ruler in the world today that he says that climate change is a hoax. I don't know where he's living, because I know that climate change is real. It's really, really real. I want to say good morning all the way in Japan to Lex and Jonah and Edward. Yeah, they're all locked on all the way in Japan. Could you imagine this? I don't know. I might be able to speak a little Chinese and say ni hao and, this sort of thing. But the Japanese, I never spoke Japanese before. So Lex and Jonah and Edward, good morning. Well, now it's evening over there. It's heading to 7 o'clock in the PM. Good evening to you guys. Yeah, have a great day. So yeah, folks, the word of the day today, that word was adapt. It means to adjust, to change. And the way we can use that word in a sentence: farmers adapt to climate conditions. Yeah. Good morning to Miss Jean Isaac. How you doing? Hope all is well. Randy and Donna and Udin and the entire household. Hope everybody is fine. The motivational tip of the day is up next. Nadisha, good morning. The folks inside of Crowshoe, good morning. Mama Karen. Don Fremlin, good morning. Pearls. Moya, Carrier. That place that we call Congo Tongue. Good morning. None of you know where Congo Tongue is. Yeah, good morning to Elvin and the team at the Curry Pot. Yeah, if you know what, I'm gonna come back to that. Now, the motivational tip of the day, it says that difficulties in life are intended to make us better, not bitter. You understand? Difficulties in life, they are intended to make us better, not bitter. But some folks, they take it the wrong way, they get bitter about it. No. It's intended to make us better, not bitter. We're supposed to learn, and it's all part of molding us into that individual that we were intended to be. Understand? It cannot be always smooth and nice and dandy. You know what I'm saying? No. That's not how life was intended. If you've got life without some challenges, trust me, it's going to be boring. Yeah, there must be some challenges, because guess what? Everybody loves roses, especially the ladies. Valentine's Day is coming up, and everybody expecting their roses and chocolates. But roses, they've got their thorns with them. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you wake up this morning, you give God thanks. Yeah, that's what we do. It's 18 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. Well, the IMF praises Grenada's resilient recovery and fiscal prudence after Hurricane Beryl. That's good news. And we're also hearing that Tam Sissy culinary team looks forward to GBN's Oil Down Fest. I'm telling you, it's going to be epic. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago Law Association, they've cautioned Parliament on Zoso bill. Yeah. Internationally, Trump backs off Greenland threats. In sports, West Indies lose to Afghanistan in the second T20 International. I don't know, and I don't feel like reading that story. Afghanistan. And my problem with this is, where are our so-called ace players? They all around the place playing franchise cricket, and you send a like a Jukutu team to go in Afghanistan to disgrace West Indies. How low can we get? I wish there was a switch that I could have switched off looking at West Indies cricket. But say what? I can't. Folks, those are the buzzing stories. Trump backs off Greenland threats. It is said the only solution to a bully is to stand up. You understand what I'm saying? Folks, stay with us. The AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather, that comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Clemente Industrial Park is opening its doors with prime square footage available right now. Whether you are scaling up your production line or establishing new regional headquarters, we have the footprint you need ready for immediate lease. Our newly refurbished state-of-the-art facilities set a new standard, offering premium spaces designed for modern manufacturing, ICT, and service enterprises that demand excellence. With 24-hour security, property management support, and a location just minutes from the airport and the capital, GIDC Facilities isn't just a landlord. We are your partner in logistics and success. Secure your space in Grenada's flagship industrial hub today. GIDC Facilities, the foundation for your future.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Guys, have you heard about the oil competition that's happening on the Post Airstrip? Yes, and we, the Times students, will be there. It is hosted by the Grenada Broadcasting Network and their sponsors at 10 a.m. on the Post Airstrip. Don't hear it. Come out in the numbers and be there. Compete with us.
GBN's Oil Long Fest is proudly sponsored by Glen Elch Spring Water, Grenville Credit Union, the Marketing and National Importing Board, Echo Blue Limited, Rush Distributors, Grenada Cooperative Bank, Grenada Paper Products, Hubbard's, Superb Distributors, and Grenada Motor Club.
This is the GBN Morning Edition of News for today, Thursday, 22nd January 2026. In the headlines, IMF praises Grenada's resilient recovery and fiscal prudence after Hurricane Beryl. And the TAMCC culinary team looks forward to GBN's Oil Down Fest. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago's Law Association cautions Parliament on Zozo Bill. Internationally, Trump backs off Greenland's threats. And in sports, Westerners lose to Afghanistan in the second T20 International. The details to these and more after these messages.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
What am I dealing with? Well, you know this is me, one lion, two dread. GBN Oil Long Fest. All the oil long bosses out there come and register. Pulse Airstrip, January 31st, we outside. Let me see who can cook. They say country better than tongue, but we go find out on the 31st of January. Come on, GBN Oil Long Fest. You can't miss it. Food just tastes good. Oil long just tastes better. Oh, when I get mad at Greece, I Greece said, and I feel like I can't land in the rain.
GBN's Oil Long Fest is proudly sponsored by Glenelg Spring Water, Grenville Credit Union, the Marketing and National Importing Board, Echo Blue Limited, Rush Distributors, Grenada Cooperative Bank, Grenada Paper Products, Hubbard's, Superb Distributors, and Grenada Motor Club.
Good morning, everyone. With the news in detail, I am Gordon Joseph. To graphics and the team from Hot 98 FM, we say welcome to the broadcast. In the local news, the International Monetary Fund has praised Grenada's strong economic recovery following Hurricane Beryl and is projecting continued growth despite global uncertainty. Following its 2025 Article 4 consultation, the IMF said Grenada's economy is estimated to have grown by 4.4% in 2025, supported by strong investment and construction activity. Inflation has eased as global food and fuel prices declined, while prudent management of citizenship by investment revenues helped sustain development. The fund projects a GDP growth rising gradually to 2.7% by 2029 and urged Grenada to keep public debt at a sustainable path, strengthen oversight of state enterprises, and maintain fiscal discipline, disaster preparedness, and private sector growth to support long-term development. Now, we've got a very interesting story here because this is how we are starting the story.
We are ready to take part in this competition to showcase our skills and creativity. We are excited to participate in this competition and win. As a young culinary team, we are excited, we are confident, and we are ready to win.
The voice is there of a culinary team from Tamsisi as we hear that a 9-member team from the T.A. Marichaud Community College, the culinary department, is ready to represent the institution at GBN's Oil Down Fest, which takes place next Saturday at the Pearls Airstrip. The team includes second-year students Shania Johnson, Denisha, and Donissa MacDonald. The college officials say the event offers students a valuable hands-on experience while helping showcase the college's culinary program and strengthen its national profile. I feel like taking this over.
We are ready to take part in this competition to showcase our skills and creativity. We are excited to participate in this competition and win. As a young culinary team, we are excited, we are confident, and we are ready to win.
As you know by now, next Saturday, that's at the Pearls Airstrip from 10 a.m. up to 8 p.m. for the second annual GBN's Oil Down Fest. Make it a must. And a final story in the local scene this morning. The Royal Grenada Police Force, the RGPF, is advising the public that a military training exercise will take place at the Lansepins area of St. George today, Thursday, January 22nd, and that happens between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Residents may see personnel in military gear during the exercises. Police say there is no cause for alarm. Now that concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, they are straight ahead. Turning our attention now to the region. The Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago has given conditional support to the Law Reform Zones of Special Operation Bill 2026, while warning that stronger safeguards are needed to protect constitutional rights. The association said it supports efforts to improve public order, but stressed that the bill's exceptional powers designed to override sections of the Constitution must be matched by clear limits, judicial oversight, and strong reporting mechanisms. It raised concerns about broad criteria for declaring ZOSOs, the lack of proof that ordinary policing is insufficient, unlimited extensions, and risks of abuse under curfews and warrantless search powers. The association also warned that unclear detention limits could allow indefinite detention without charge. Guyana's National Assembly will meet on Monday, January 26, to elect a new leader of the opposition, so said Speaker Mansour Nadir, as he announced in a televised address on Tuesday night, ending months of delay since the 13th Parliament was convened in November. The move follows mounting political tension with Azuruddin Mohammed, leader of We Invest in Nationhood, that's the WIN party, emerging as the front runner after WIN secured 16 of the 29 opposition seats. Earlier on Tuesday, Mohammed and other opposition MPs sought a meeting with the speaker, and later that night, supporters protested outside Nadir's residence. Attorney General Anil Nandan warned that appointing Mohammed, who is U.S. sanctioned and facing indictment abroad, would damage Guyana's constitutional system and international standing. And in some sad news, former Barbados prosecutor Oliver Thomas has died suddenly at the age of 39, just 3 weeks after being sworn in as a magistrate. Thomas, appointed on January 2nd, passed away a day after presiding over cases in Criminal Court Number 1 at the District A Magistrates Court. A former principal state counsel, he joined the DPP's office in 2015 after being called to the bar in 2014. He came from a prominent legal family and was married last June. Now turning our attention further afield, after weeks of declaring the U.S. must own Greenland, President Trump backed off on threats to take the country by force and dropped NATO tariffs threats. We have more in this ABC News report.
Tonight, a remarkable turnaround. After weeks of declaring the U.S. must own Greenland, President Trump now backing off his threats to take Greenland by force and slap hefty tariffs on European allies standing in his way. The president announcing he had reached a, quote, framework of a deal with the Secretary General of NATO. But when asked if it means the U.S. will now own Greenland, he wouldn't say. It came just hours after President Trump told a crowd of international leaders he would not use the military to seize Greenland. In his winding speech, the president heaping scorn on Europe.
Without us, Most of the countries don't even work.
Attacking European leaders for uniting in support of Denmark, which owns Greenland and says it's not for sale. President Trump's threat to impose tariffs on NATO allies causing the Dow to plunge 870 points yesterday, a drop he acknowledged today in comments where he repeatedly confused Greenland with the country of Iceland.
They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money.
By the end of the day, the president dropping his tariff threat too, when he announced that framework of a deal. But President Trump providing no specifics, later referring to the framework as a concept.
Well, we have a concept of a deal. I think it's going to be a very good deal for the United States, also for them.
And finally, Ecuador's president says he will impose a 30% tariff on Colombian goods from February. Daniel Noboa cites a growing trade deficit and what he calls Colombia's failure to curb drug trafficking along the shared border. We have more in this Al Jazeera report.
Talking about autonomy.
During a trip to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Ecuador's President Daniel Noboa took a page from Donald Trump's playbook, announcing unprecedented tariffs on neighboring Colombia. He accuses Bogotá of failing to contain cocaine trafficking and illegal mining along their shared border.
The result.
In a social media post, he said a 30% tariff on all Colombian goods would take effect on February 1st, a measure he says will remain in place until there is a real commitment to jointly fight organized crime. In Quito, Ecuador's interior minister defended the move.
They are not taking the right measures to prevent the cultivation, processing, and shipment of drugs.
Colombia's response was swift but cautious. Energy Minister Edwin Palma called the tariffs economic aggression, saying Bogotá would suspend some cooperation, including private electricity exports, while it reviews the decision and its legal basis. While Colombia's defense ministry insists security cooperation continues, pointing to recent joint drug seizures along the border. Noboa has expressed affinity for U.S. President Donald Trump, backing Washington's tougher security line in the region, including the military action in Venezuela that ended with the capture of Nicolás Maduro.
And that concludes the regional and international segment of news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. The lone item in sports this morning, sad news for West Indies lovers. We hear that the West Indies suffered a 39-run defeat to Afghanistan in the second T20 International at the Dubai International Stadium, and that match occurred yesterday. They conceded a 2-0 series lead with one match remaining. A costly fielding display, including several dropped catches, allowed Afghanistan to post a challenging 189 for 4. Chasing 190, the West Indies struggled early and never regained momentum. Brandon King top scored with 50, and Shimron Hetmyer hit a blistering 46 off 17 balls. But Mujib-ur-Rahman's 4 for 21 sparked a collapse, with the Caribbean side bowled out for just 150 in 18.5 overs. That's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports for you in our luncheon edition and in our primetime newscast later in the evening. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday the 22nd of January 2026, as recorded at the Morris Bishop International Airport. It is currently fair. The winds are coming from the east at 12 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1012.3 millibars, which is below normal and rising. Present temperature is 26 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 82%. Yesterday's maximum was 30.4 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 25.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 0.3 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month so far to 28.4 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with brief isolated showers. Today's max will be 30.5 degrees Celsius. It winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate to rough with waves 6 to 9 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells. Hence, a marine advisory remains in effect. High tide will be at 11:30 a.m. and low tide at 5:30 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:05 and sunrise at 6:32. Just to repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with brief isolated showers, and once again a warning remains in place for a marine advisory. From the forecast of Morris Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. You have yourself a great day likewise. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Yo, my beautiful people, it's all about Oil Down Fest going down on Saturday, January 31st. And right now, this is a special invite for you. You know you could cook. You know somebody that could cook. You have an auntie that could cook. You have a granny that could cook. You have a brother or sister, anybody you know that could cook. Or you could cook. You can register today. You can register right now. It's Oil Down Fest. I'm telling you, January 31st, you don't want to miss it. You know you're bad on our Oil Down, so register and come and win some prizes. I'll see you there. Yeah.
It's 6 minutes after 7 o'clock, and to end the news, a recap of the headlines. In the local news, IMF praises Grenada's resilient recovery and fiscal prudence after Hurricane Beryl. A Tamsissy culinary team looks forward to GBN's Oil Down Fest. Well, I am looking forward to that as well. Yep. In the region, we heard that Trinidad and Tobago's Law Association cautions Parliament on Zoso bill. Internationally, Trump backs off Greenland threats. And in sports, West Indies lost to Afghanistan in the second T20 International. Now, that has been the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, the 22nd day of January 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive and a safe day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. To graphics and the team from Hot 98 FM, we say thanks for sharing your time with us. Have a good day, everybody.
Hey there! Did you know? The GPPA now offers more ways to take control of your health. That's right, copper and hormonal IUDs plus hormonal implants, all available to you. Safe, effective, and empowering options, because your body, your choice. This message is brought to you by the Grenada Planned Parenthood Association through the Build Back Equal project, funded by Global Affairs Canada.
For 35 years, one name has stood with us. Through the storms and sunshine, we've been by your side. Whether you're on the road, at sea, on site, or at home, with Grenadian General Insurance, confidence comes standard. It's never been a better time to renew and update for added benefits. Join us in celebrating 35 years of safeguarding what matters most. Grenadian General Insurance, 35 years strong. Visit Grenadian General Insurance on Scott Street, St. George's. Call us at 440-2434 or visit GrenadianGeneral.gd to get the coverage you need.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Hi, I'm Roseanne from Team Flow, together with GBN as we celebrate our nation's 52nd independence with what we love the most, Oil Down Festival. Flow is more than proud to be a sponsor for the second year, and we encourage each and every one of you to come together and be connected at Pearl's Airstrip January 31st over some good oil down. Come taste all of the different specialities and be a part of celebrating our nation.
GBN's Oil Down Fest is proudly sponsored by Glenelg Spring Water, Grenville Credit Union, the Marketing and National Importing Board, Echo Blue Limited, Rush Distributors, Grenada Cooperative Bank, Grenada Paper Products, Hubbard's, Superb Distributors, and Grenada Motor Club.
All right, folks, it's now 12 minutes after 7 o'clock, and I'm happy to join Sergeant Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Sarge, good morning.
A pleasant morning to you and also to your listeners as well. It is always that time where we bring persons the traffic report for this morning, and what is happening in the trial and state of Grenada as it relates to traffic. And I'm definitely going to let persons know what is happening everywhere, especially and including the island of Carriacou and T.T. Martinique. So to start with Carriacou and T.T. Martinique, everything over there is relatively quiet at the moment. And as I drop my voice and I let persons know it is relatively quiet. But we're definitely going to have some movement as we get closer to 8 o'clock as persons head on to their respective work. But as we dive right back into the Grenada, we definitely have a moderate flow of traffic, and I want to start with the areas that are troubled. St. Paul's we already have seen some movement in traffic there, and light to moderate flow of traffic in the area of the Calvini Public Road, heading on to the Toby Road, which leads on to the Grand Valley or the Springs Public Road. One of the reasons, especially for the Caligini Public Road is that Toby Road, which exit that traffic, and persons definitely would have to wait or give way to traffic from that intersection. And on one side, which is from the Springs direction, there is a corner about 150 feet away, which definitely have to well, drivers will definitely have to exercise some extra care and caution coming out from that by road. That's the reason we normally would have that traffic build-up on the morning time. However, persons can use the Woburn Public Road, or if you're heading to town, you can alternatively take the Monjalo Public Road and head on to other destinations. But if you definitely have to travel along that road, what I would advise is that you leave home earlier than normal. But as we dive right back onto the other areas, most of the other areas in the Tri-Island state of Grenada at the moment, in the towns and all this adjoining road, we definitely have a moderate flowing traffic at the moment. No obstruction at the moment, no reported accidents where persons would have to divert or have any delays at the moment. So that is really what is happening at the moment as it relates to the traffic state in the Tri-Island state of Grenada. And as we dive right into the accident state for the past 24 hours, and we definitely had a total of 6 minor accidents reported. I repeat, 6 minor accidents, and they are as follows. The traffic headquarters, 3 minors. South St. George Police Station, 2 minors. And Carico, remember I was trying to be a little bit quiet about Carico, but they had 1 minor accident for the past 24 hours, which gave us a total of 6 minor accidents in total. It's lowered from yesterday where we had 8 minor. Today we have 6. But what I want to say right now and let persons know. It is our mission and a goal in the RGPF, especially the traffic department, to see a reduction in the reported accidents. And we're definitely going to do what we have to do to ensure that we see that at least 10% reduction in accidents reported for the for 2025 compared to our year coming 2026. But we cannot do it alone, and I implore on all drivers, including pedestrians, to help us to achieve that goal as it relates to that reduction. And we want you to continue to drive safely. Remember, before leaving home, make sure that you check your vehicle, plan your trip firstly, and before starting the ignition, check your oils, check everything that you have to. Just make a careful walk around your vehicle. Make sure that you didn't have any dents, scratches that you may want to leave home with and so forth before leaving home, and then you didn't know that somebody may have damaged your vehicle or so forth that you didn't observe, or something. That just make sure that you have a careful check around your vehicle. And as you start that vehicle, let it idle a little bit and check, listen for sound. Sound tells you what is happening to your vehicle so that you can explain it to your mechanic if you hear strange sound and so forth. And as you start that vehicle and you're about to move off, make sure that seatbelt is clicked. And as you continue along your journey, what I want you to do again is to obey speed limit signs, put down the cell phone, or have devices that will avoid you from using that hands-free device that we would normally say. And as you continue again, obey speed limit signs and drive safely, cautiously along our nation's road. And let us look out for our brother, and let us be responsible citizens as relates to our driving. Pedestrians, you have a greater responsibility as well, and we definitely implore on you that if you have to, especially at night, use reflective clothing, and make sure that when you're crossing the roads and so forth, you can be seen. Use sidewalks and use our pedestrian crossings. They help a lot. And that is a lot as it relates to tips, so that we can help reduce the number of accidents along our nation's road. Even if you're driving in rainy or adverse conditions, especially driving over the granite tank, make sure wiper blades, headlamps, and all the working components of your vehicle is working properly. And we definitely will see that trajectory or direction that we need to as we head on to accidents. in addition to that, we definitely will have cruise ships on our port today, and Grenada is blessed for this tourist season. And yesterday we had a number of people traveling through the streets, every nook and cranny of St. George, and the tourist hotspot destination. So again, we're going to have cruise ship port in our ports today. So let us look out for them and be extra careful and cautious as we welcome our visitors to a show and we show them that Grenadian hospitality. And as we dive right back into the accident state, the traffic report, persons, I normally would tell you this. If you have not left home as yet, and depending on your destination, you will definitely be late for work, and we know how that affects productivity and how it may affect your pay. So let us get up and get going and onto our destination. But however, for the drivers, if you're coming out from the St. Paul direction, I urge that you leave home again a little bit earlier than normal. But if you're there for no particular reason, you know what to expect. Some traffic delay, even traffic coming out from the California direction. And more so, as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, most of the areas will be traffic congested, and you would have to have that bumper-to-bumper traffic. And for this morning, that is all that we have for the traffic report. And we normally ask that question every morning, and I wish we could have asked that question to one of our listeners this morning. And I know once we're about to do it, somebody is answering or asking that question with us, and I'm definitely ask that question at the moment. If you are texting, talking, or doing anything other than driving,
then who's driving?
Who's driving?
Who's driving? Who's manning that vehicle?
Who is maneuvering that vehicle?
Yeah. Sarge, thank you very much for that comprehensive report, as always, and we look forward to another one tomorrow. I hope, I know for a fact that the traffic report is impacting the public because people meet me and, they ask me the question, if you're texting or talking, who's driving? So it means that they are listening. So I want to thank you and your department for that comprehensive report, and we look forward to another engagement tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much, and a special good morning to the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Corner.
Randy and the team, the entire management team. Folks, that has been the traffic report. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I've got with me in the studio one of the finalists in this year's Independent Song Competition. He's been around, and we are going to talk that in a while. Okay, so folks, it's 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. We'll be back after these messages.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique are known as the spice of the Caribbean, offering a blend of authenticity and adventure. Our Our unique selling points include pristine beaches, lush rainforests, rich cultural heritage, and vibrant festivals. These elements create a tapestry of experiences that awaken the senses and invite travelers to explore the beauty of our islands. We're also keeping an eye on industry trends like personalization, sustainability, wellness, and tech-enabled journeys. Personalization allows us to create bespoke experiences tailored to individual preferences, while sustainability ensures that our tourism practices preserve the environment and benefit local communities. Wellness travel is on the rise, with visitors seeking relaxation and rejuvenation, and technology is enhancing the travel experience through AI-powered trip planning and virtual reality previews. By embracing these trends, we can ensure that our offerings remain appealing and relevant to travelers around the world.
Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. And as I told you this morning, I am joined by a very, very creative young man. But before I start the conversation, I want to say a very special happy birthday to you, Danisha Ambrose. You've got birthday greetings coming from the Spice Island Beach Resort restaurant crew. They want to, I know they're not wanting to. They are going to make your day the best day ever. All right. I know the boss is going to give you all some time off that you can jollificate a bit and have yourself a great day. So happy birthday to you once again, Danisha Ambrose. Happy birthday to you. Now to the big conversation this morning. I am joined by Mr. Ryan De Riggs. Good morning. We know him in the entertainment arena as Riggy Atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good morning. Good morning.
Well, the pleasure is mine. I mean, when I'm sitting around celebrities like you, I feel, I hope it was contagious that I could catch it. You know what I'm saying? All right. I want to say a very special good morning also to all the way from Japan, Hashai Enterprises, our exporters. Good morning, Lex and Jonah and Edward. Good morning to the entire team. Take a taste of the spice, and we invite you to come over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could bring the Japanese. You do speak Japanese?
Nah, but I watch anime, you know, so I can relate to them on that level.
Okay, yeah. All right, good. Yeah. Good, all right. They're all in Japan and they're locked onto the program. All right, She Best. Also, before we get into the meat of the conversation, I want to say good morning to you, Central Charles Crawford in Barbados. We here at the GBN, we extend, and I'll take the opportunity on behalf of the Grenada Bar Association to extend the deepest condolences to the legal fraternity on the passing of Counsel Thomas, Magistrate Thomas. He was just turned magistrate on the 2nd of January, but he passed suddenly at the age of 39. Our love and condolences and support, moral support, spiritual support from Grenada. God bless you all. Good. Now, Mr. Tom, De Riggs. De Riggs. Mr. Thomas stuck in my head. Mr. De Riggs, tell us about Mr. De Riggs.
So I'm Ryan De Riggs, known in the soca space as Riggy Atmosphere. I produce, I write, I'm an artist. I'm from West Hall, St. David. I've been doing this now, this would be my 5th year doing it in the music arena. So that's me in a nutshell.
What got you into music?
Well, I've always been a writer since, as long as I know myself, you know. I started doing spoken word. I was in the Writers Association of Grenada back then. They had a show called Voices.
Yes.
That would have been the first big stage in terms of writing I was on. And from there it evolved, and I started to do music. The first person to really push me in that direction was actually Mr. Jamu. I was credited with that.
Edson. Yeah. He will be in the studio with me early in January. In February, actually. Yeah. Kingman, good morning. He's always locked on all the way in Virginia.
Yeah. So he was the first person to actually bring me in a studio, and I had a song called Properly at the time, and he heard it and he thought that potentially brought me in, and he said, you have some talent, they should try to take it more seriously. And he actually helped me with a couple of songs. So he set me on the path. He's the first person I would always credit him with that.
Do you play any musical instrument?
I play keys. I accompany myself sometimes. I sing and play at the same time. I'm self-taught. I would have really learned that from producing music. I'm not really... I don't gig playing the keyboard, but from making so much music, I've just learned to play the chords and
that's something, as an artist myself, right? And a budding guitarist. All right, I can pick up my guitar and play a song, maybe not as good as a Jamo and Bo Hendrix and those guys, but I could play a song that I'm singing to the best of my ability. But in terms of producing a song, I am a bit old school because I started singing like professionally in 1990. Trevor Friday was my first producer. Bunstein and I remembered going in the studio and living there 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. At the time we were teachers, so we'd live from the studio, pass home and get ready to go and teach. You understand? That's how it was, because it wasn't as electronic as it is nowadays. Sometimes we'll finish do a production and something goes wrong and we have to start it all over again. All right? But I also remembered going to Trinidad in the early years by Kenny Phillips and Leston Paul, and one of the first things both Kenny or Leston would do is pick up an instrument. Kenny, he's a guitar man, right? He'll pick up his guitar and tell you, sing the song. Leston would go on the keyboard and you would see him there and he'd sing and do it over and sing. But nowadays you hear people producing music that can't play an instrument. How do you do that?
Well, with the evolution of music in terms of digitally, there's been use of more synths and tones that aren't really live instruments, right? But the best producers, a lot of them do play instruments, but what they do, they play the chords, etc., and then they have the bank of tones that can't really be reproduced by a live instrument, and they would take what they call MIDI information and they would turn that into the song, Okay. So from what they play, they can turn that into any sound that they want. They manipulate it in many ways. You mentioned Kenny Phillips there. His son, Casey.
When I was going to Kenny Phillips' studio, Kenny had he had 2 studios, the big studio and the small studio for demos. And at that time, those years, Kenny would lift Casey up and put him on a chair. So when he was in Grenada last year, he was like, I remember you somehow, and then I saying, Casey, you don't remember me? And he said, oh, and then he embraced it, and now he's a master of it.
I was in his master class last year where he came down and he taught, so that should tell you. And he made an entire beat, like the test beat. He didn't touch anything. He didn't touch no keys or anything.
No instrument.
No, he just his mouse, and what they do, they manipulate samples now. So now there's samples that's free to use, or you can buy them, and they download that and they manipulate it to get what sound they want. Sometimes it sounds completely different from whatever they started with, and they turn that in, use creative methods to make it sound distinct.
How far do you intend to go with the production aspect of your career?
As far as I need to, I started producing out of necessity at first, because I had ideas, and sometimes, when you want to make a certain type of music, they don't really understand exactly what you want. So I start a lot of my projects, and when I work with producers, I would start my production myself and send it off, and then they add to it and transform it. But I see myself going as far as I can in all aspects of what I do. You know,
you're a relatively a young individual, a youngster, all right? As we say colloquially, your mother's milk is still on your face, all right? And do you think in Grenada's context, we see a lot of initiatives and energies being pushed through the creative desk in this industry, all right, the creative industry? Do you think that you can make a sound professional career out of this?
Yes, but you have to take it seriously, and you have to be very intentional and deliberate about your IP and your live performance. So most of the money you will make as an artist is from live performance, right? But also, if you get your works registered and you make sure everything is in order in that way, then you can collect royalties from the music. But royalties, it depends a lot on, you know, the song being very successful, right? But over time, you keep working and you bank up a catalog, and then in this modern age, there's social media, you become a personality where people are following you, your personality, your music online, right? And then there's other avenues such as Patreon, merchandise, etc. You understand? So you're selling yourself in this entirety.
So it's not your song anymore. You're selling you.
You're selling you in its entirety.
I mean, I really need to get to understand the terminologies within the industry. But in any case, that's a different conversation. We're here to talk about reggae atmosphere this morning. So, if you are asked to describe who is Reggae Atmosphere, tell us, who is Reggae Atmosphere?
Reggae Atmosphere is a boy from Westerhall, and a son who's interested in making positive and impactful music. That's be a nutshell. That's what it is. Last
Friday, I had the glorious opportunity of introducing you to the stage in the Independent Song Competition semi-final in Las Vegas, and for me it was a joy. I mean, just your stage presence alone, I was like, this guy's got something in him. All right. Have you taken part in any competitions before?
Yeah, I've been in the groovy. You know, I think a groovy is probably my favorite genre. So I've been in the semis of the groovy a couple times. I've had some songs which have been rotated on the radio in groovy, like a lot. I had a song last year called Text Message. Again, I had a song the year before called Congo Tea. Yeah, so I've been on those stages before. It's a little bit different though, you know, with the type of song I'm singing this year. It's a prayerful song. I can't really perform it like if it's groovy mode. My presentation had to be a sort of.
You're a kind of groovy getter now. All right, and you couldn't get on with a praying song.
When the song calls for it, you have to give them that.
Yeah.
But you understand? Okay. This is a prayerful song.
But folks, this is Reggae Atmosphere's contribution to the song, the Independent Song Festival. He calls this one Nutmeg Prayer. Let's take a listen to this one. tell us about this song?
Alright, so this song, so I've done a couple notable patriotic works in the past. Up From Here, Virgin Parish Greatness for the 50th. I was on the writing team for those songs.
Wow.
And then after that, I sort of stepped back from doing patriotic work because I felt kind of jaded by that type of piece all the time, because it was several months of work, almost 2 years, almost like a year in those two songs. But this year, I think we in a strange time in terms of what's going on around us in our region, and I felt like this was the time to contribute something to the independence season that would be a unifying sort of vibe and a prayer for the country and with the country. Thankful for what we have. And
I'm happy that you pointed me in that direction, because when you look at the temperament or the apparent temperament of most of our young artists, all right, they're all into soca. Most of them, I mean, and looking at yourself, you give some positive songs. Shamak is doing a great job. He's in, you know, he's showing that he can be in the soca and the groovy, but he's also in the calypso. And we've seen a few youngsters, Moti, coming up and everything like that. But generally speaking, we see most of the younger artists gravitate more to the soca. And there's nothing wrong with that, but even in doing soca, I am of the opinion that it should have a message. And you have been able to pen some positive songs. What are your thoughts on what I just said as it relates to the young artists with the jam and day and juka girl day and drink a rum and stick it up, and nothing wrong with that. They all have their place. I agree with that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's time and place, you know, and it's kind of balanced as an artist too, you know. Every artist that you can think of that has positive impact also has these songs, you know, that's just a vibe, or just, you know, songs that they might not play in certain contexts. You understand? But I think, you know, all your songs can be like that. That's what I feel. But,
it shouldn't.
All your songs shouldn't be like that. You know, you should be able to make a positive impact. And my advice to young artists: when you've made a positive impact, you no longer feel that sort of criticism if you decide to make a song that's just fun, because you have already made that impact. So
people embrace you a particular way already.
Yeah, because I don't personally, with the music I've made already, I don't feel pressured whereby I can't make a fun song if I want to make it. You understand? I've said a lot of good things. I've made a lot of positive things, positive messages play on the radio already.
This happens to be one of them that you've been integrally involved with.
If we take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island, best believe my list gon' be like 5 miles long. Best believe it's love that makes me sing this song. The cleanest breeze on the waters, friendly people meet in every corner. Togetherness and love is what we stand for. We stand for. We stand for.
Oh, island in the sun. Look at how we've grown, how far we've run.
That's a big tune.
Yeah,
that's a big. How you came up with this?
Well, it was me, Kino, and Sway writing. Kino started. He was head of the project. He was in charge of everything. Me and Akino have a history. Akino Romain, also known as Torres. He's from St. Paul's. People who are involved in the industry know who Akino is. So he called me. We have a history of working together on crosses genres. A long time we working together. We've worked on poems. We've worked on songs. So he called me in, and he said he had this project working on, and we met up in the studio. It was me, him, and Sway John. Yeah, and we started the project with Afiba McQueen in his studio. And the first night we came up with the hook, you know. We came up with the start and the hook. It was there already the first time we met. after that, they would have came back. It was a process of several months, to get the belly of the song Aquino and Sui, and then after that again me and Aquino still came back and changed certain things, and then John James Expert Productions would have finished the production and the mastering and mixing.
That's what you call a big tune. It's actually a big tune. Now that was a couple of years back and so forth, but I want us to go back to your involvement now in the independence competition. What are your thoughts competing on that sort of stage? It's not your normal groovy stage. What's your feeling there? What was your feeling on last Friday night?
I think the competition is in a unique time right now because they're trying to open it to new ideas and such. So, but there's still very much an air of calypso on the stage, So, for me, I just came to sort of make a good account of myself on the stage. I think that more people will try to enter now, seeing that younger voices are getting to singing things that may not necessarily be calypso. But I think that show will always have a strong calypso presence.
You want to know the truth?
Based on the origin of it.
When I look at the show Friday night, I hosted it and I'm saying, Lord, I should have entered that competition.
Yeah, it's a calypso show. And there's nothing wrong with having both of the energies in the competition. I think is good for the competition. Who knows, another time I might sing something more conventional, or someone might choose another way. But
what do you think are your chances come on the 31st? Are you going out there to win this thing? Don't tell me you just go there for fun.
I'm going there to give the best performance that reggae can give for the people who come out to see reggae and the people who come out to feel the vibe of the patriotic music and that positive vibe. Okay, that's what.
As it relates to the general cast, the show itself, what are your thoughts? So, are you happy with the cast that was selected? And
I tend not to speak on them kind of things, because
you plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth, not because I am unhappy with anything, but I think it's things out of my control or things that's not my conversation to have. I tend to not have those conversations.
You're a smart youngster. Yeah, you're a very, very wise youngster. You grew up with your grandmother?
Yeah.
Well, you had to be. that was a very clever way of answering it. But all in all, I think the competition is great. Being around Calypso for all these years, I think that's a good cast that was selected, and you guys just go there and give it your best shot. And I do it for the fun. If the results are favorable to me, I enjoy it more. It's icing on the cake. But whenever I do competitions, I go for the fun. And in the final analysis, the culture and Grenada has to benefit. That's my modus operandi.
Yeah, you always have to have fun when you go in and do these things, because if you don't, then that's where the other energy comes in. If you're not doing it to have fun first, then the other energies will come out when things may not go your direction.
Okay, lovely. All right, so I want to take the opportunity and wish you all the best come Saturday. Well, the plan is we're going to Oil Down Fest and Pearl's Street first, and then we all going up to Sutter's.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the well wishes, And let me just wish everyone else in competition the best of luck, and we hope to have a wonderful show.
Yeah, at the end of it, the competition wins. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, reggae atmosphere, Mr. The Riggs. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us and spending your time with us this morning. And folks, that's it for this segment of the conversation. We take a commercial break and we come back with the great vibes here.
If you thought 2025 was amazing, get ready, Grenada. GBN's Old Young Fest is back and bigger than ever. Join us on Saturday, the 31st of January at Pearl's Airstrip for a full day of food, culture, and fun. Watch competitors battle it out for the title of the best original oil down, the best seafood oil down, and the most festive display. Enjoy live calypso and a steel pan, children's activities, traditional ring games, and plenty vibes for the whole family. Gates open at 10 a.m. Don't miss the celebrations of Grenada's national dish, GBN Old Young Fest, where culture, flavor, and tradition comes together. See you on Saturday, January 31st at Pearl's Airstrip. And remember,
GBN's Oil Long Fest is proudly sponsored by Glenelg Spring Water, Grenville Credit Union, the Marketing and National Importing Board, Echo Blue Limited, Rush Distributors, Grenada Cooperative Bank, Grenada Paper Products, Hubbard's, Superb Distributors, and Grenada Motor Club.
For 35 years, one name has stood with us. Through the storms and sunshine, we've been by your side. Whether you're on the road, at sea, on site, or at home, with Grenadian General Insurance, confidence comes standard. It's never been a better time to renew and update for added benefits. Join us in celebrating 35 years of safeguarding what matters most. Grenadian General Insurance, 35 years strong. Visit Grenadian General Insurance on Scott Street, St. George's. Call us at 440-2434 or visit grenadiangeneral.gd to get the coverage you need.
As we gear up for Grenada's 52nd anniversary of independence on February 7th, guided by this year's theme, Grenada at 52, anchored in faith, guided by purpose. The National Celebrations Committee invites you to the following events: the Independence Song Competition semifinals on January 16th at the Lassages Playing Field, and the Island-wide Motorcade on January 17th. The Youth Focus event at Monrouge Playing Field on January 24th from 3 p.m. Then on January 31st, the final of the Independence Song Competition will be at the Sutes Bus Terminal. On Sunday, February 1st, we gather for the National Church Service at St. Peter's RC Church in Guelph at 3 p.m. The excitement continues with the National Colors Day, February 6th, and the Independence Cultural Extravaganza at the Grenville Bus Terminal on February 6th. And finally, mark your calendars for the much anticipated Made in Grenada Expo at noon and the military parade at the National Cricket Stadium at 2:30 p.m. on February 7th. Let's show our patriotism as we come together and celebrate our 52nd anniversary of independence.
Yo, Grenada, are you ready for the biggest vibe this January? On Saturday, January 24th at 3 p.m., Morne Rouge Playing Field is turning up as the National Celebrations Committee hosts the Independence Youth Expo. Come through and check out fresh local brands, cool art, nutritious drinks, snacks, and confectionaries. It's all about our young creators showing out. Catch dope performances from Spiceland dancers, Destiny on Steel Band, Zeal, Nate, Lil Cello, and Young Cody from Carapoo. Also at the event will be DJ Snappy, Selector Jamie, and Tristan Charles keeping the energy lit. And guess what? It's free. So squad up and roll out to support our youth and celebrate the future. Mark your calendar. Saturday, January 24th, 3 p.m. Morne Rouge Playing Field. Don't sleep on this. It's the Independence Youth Expo.
All right, welcome back. It's 8 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Welcome back to the conversation. We've got 8 minutes left, and I will not specify any talking point this morning, but I'll have I'll give you the opportunity to just converse with us this morning if there's something that you want to share. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the program. Okay, for some reason that caller wasn't hearing me. You know the digits, 435-2041. Let's try this again. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Just Mr. Joseph, I was listening to the young man a while ago there. You know, when he came to my mind again, a new year. Excuse me. Mr. Joseph, I don't understand how on this earth, and even the parliament a couple of days ago, one of these bright boys and so on talking about the Rastafari who would have sacrificed and what. Where did they get that, Mr. Joseph? Just a matter of grammatical pedantry, brothers and sisters. I urge you to look at the meaning of the word in the dictionary word, W-O-U-L-D. Sounds the same as W-W-O-D. But this has a different meaning. What would have happened never happened. Why is it that Mr. Joseph, you were a teacher. Did you teach that at school, sir?
No, I didn't. And
did you learn that at school, Mr. Joseph, sir?
No, I didn't actually.
But why is it and son that they're doing that to the people? Because they're fooling. Now, you tell me I would have done something. The first question I want is, why hadn't you done it? Because you didn't do it. I wish this would get across to the people, and I understand that the Ministry of Education now in some workshop and so on for the purpose of enhancing our education. You see, because it's part of education. Oh, imagine a prosecution in a court presenting a case to a judge and so on, charging a man for a crime that, quote unquote, he would have committed, for Christ's sake. Okay. I just thought I'd mention just to be provocative because I'm warming up for the year because there are some powerful things coming up the pipeline, you know, which we'll talk about. But I thought I'd introduce this morning, and it is there right before you. Check in there, would modal verb. Would, W-O-U-L-D, colon, modal verb. And it would get a rundown straight. I can give you a place to, you know. Let me see it again. What is it called? Oxford Online Grammar. It's very easy. It's outlined. Oxford Online. It is there. God damn it.
Yeah. Thank you, caller.
Enhance the quality.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Have a great day. Yeah. I think it's just I asked about that, and someone said it is referred to as the beautification of the English language. Now let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Innocent. Thank you very much indeed for taking my call. Well, the truth is, I would like to say in a very serious manner. You know, Mr. Rolo speaks, and he speaks perfectly, correctly so. And, you know, one thing about you personally, I don't like when someone tries to correct and then you take it in a jokified manner, laughing and whatnot, etc. Anyhow, let's not make that a big issue, but I hope that you will try to readjust yourself correctly. I mean, I was never a teacher, but I can tell you, I have what I consider as an accolade here. I laminated it because I did a tour for 2 hours with a lady from a Congress lady. I have a name I wouldn't call. And at the end of the journey, she demanded that I get pen and paper because what she wanted to say to me, she didn't want it to go in one ear and come out in the other ear. One day, probably, if you happen to pass close by me, I will show you and you will read it for yourself. She asked me to write a book. She spoke about how I explained myself very well. And one of the pertinent questions that she asked, which university did you attend? And I don't know anything much about school or education or the English language or any such thing like that. I only read. And because I read and read very well indeed, I enjoy myself. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Have a good one yourself, caller. Thank you very much. 435-2041. That's the number to call. And let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Mr. Innocent, as you should know, reading is getting meaning of print.
Report today.
From print, sorry.
No, certainly not going to pay.
Some people get deep meaning. Some people get shallow meaning from what they have read. Now, I also ask myself, when people telling me that, as you know, these are, to me, I don't even add up. If you know that I know, please don't tell me, because I know that is wasting my time. Some people call in or they're talking to you and they're telling you as you know. Well, go and say something else. Let me further my education in a way. And this is what I cannot understand. People against men like that man from he just called. Because he's educating, I would say them, and I would even include myself. People don't like education. They like you to say what they want to say or what they think is right. In fact, I might be able to help you in correcting you in some of your statements. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 2 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and that's the time we have left on the program. Just 2 minutes. Let's go back. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Innocent. How are you this morning?
I am alive and so thankful.
All right. Innocent, as a student of history, I must say how disappointed I was that yet another January 21st, Bloody Monday, passed by, and we heard nothing in the media about it. I mean, it was a sad day when the dictator opened terror on the Grenadian masses, but we heard nothing about it yesterday. January 21st, 1974 is part of our history, and we can't deny it.
Okay.
And I think we need to.
I appreciate that. Now, let's use the platform for a beneficial reason this morning. Educate for those who don't know what happened. What's historic about yesterday?
January 21st, 1974 was the largest demonstration, right, on Ireland. That was pre-independence when the Committee of 22 organized these demonstrations in opposition to the terror and the tyrant that we had at the time, Eric Matthew Gary. Because we were going into independence and it was felt that he was not the right person to take Grenada into independence. And so on that day, I guess seeing the crowd, it was mind-boggling. And the Mongoose gang and other thugs came out on that day, disrupted the demonstration, and in the process, in the riot that ensued, the father of Morris Bishop, Rupert Bishop, was murdered by the bullet of one of these thugs.
Okay.
Several people got injured and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. And folks, hence the reason why I keep saying I think it's time that the people with the accurate, in-depth knowledge of these events from the past. I know a number of books and narratives have been put forward, but I would like to see more of that coming because I'll be very honest with you, caller. Yes, I've been a past teacher and a student of history, but as you started talking about it, it came back to me. It wasn't etched concretely in my memory that the 21st of January was such a sign. So people like you who have this first-hand knowledge, I implore you to go on out and write, publish them, so that it becomes second nature to us. This is our history and we should know it. And I do agree with you that the media missed an opportunity yesterday, but guess what? It's not here. It's not in the frontal lobe. Okay? So we depend on people like you to resurface them. Thank you very much, folks. That's the conversation this morning. Again, to Hashai exporters out there, Lex and Jonah and Edward, good morning to you. Well, good evening to you all, and thanks for joining us. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. That's the program. We join the BBC now.